Hey everyone, just got done checking out a one-season wonder, namely the animated Mighty Ducks series that's very loosely based on the Mighty Ducks film series with Emilio Estevez, and I gotta admit, I'm rather impressed with the product that they turned out despite me clearly being outside the target audience, which I'd wager is like, 9 to 12-year-olds. Could be wrong on that assumption. Because they had a lot of really talented voice actors there. Because you've got Clancy Brown, Jennifer Hale, Rob Paulson, Jim Cummings. I hope I'm saying that right. And then you even had Tim Curry as the main bad guy. And it's just so funny how I keep forgetting who he is, but fortunately I found something that I think I can remember him as hotel manager from Home Alone 2, right? But not just the fact that they have a lot of talented voice actors, there's all the cultural references that they throw in there with the chameleon, constantly trying to imitate famous people, because I think he's got a line with Clint Eastwood, then there's a line where he's imitating Curly from the Three Stooges, and a whole bunch of other people that unfortunately I just don't know, but a good amount of adults out there will recognize. And I do like the variety of episodes that they had there, because while this series doesn't differ in tone that much, unlike Supernatural and arguably Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it wasn't just Tim Curry and his sidekicks. You also had the Ducks trying to help out Phil in a couple of situations. Then there's just one-off bad guys. Then you also had one episode where they go into the future. So I was really impressed with how different they were. Although I am a little bummed that this show didn't go too much into like the insecurities or development of the Ducks, but then again that could do with the target audience, and then also there's the fact that this show only had one season, although 26 half-hour episodes, and having everything concluded within that season isn't anything to be ashamed of, although for some reason it seems like they aired various episodes out of order, especially the season finale, because the episode that they aired as the 21st episode chronologically is the series finale, although in the episode that they did air last, where I think Duke has an encounter with an old friend of his, they make a joke that the show is about to get cancelled, but I kind of doubt that, because if the show was about to be cancelled, just seems kind of odd there. So I actually found this page about 2 years back or something like that, that gave me a somewhat different episode listing for what's on Wikipedia and all the wikis out there. I'll put the order down below, although I wouldn't be too surprised if the order that's out there is mostly free of continuity errors anyway, because they do have the sequel episodes set after the first ones, although one of them comes rather soon after the previous one. Although I will point out something, though. If you watch the episode Puck Fiction, and then later you watch the episode Duck Hard, I'm pretty sure that's the episode that I'm thinking of. If you watch them in that order, you notice that in Duck Hard, Phil makes a comment about Brad Garrett's character and the youngest Duck. Unfortunately, I forget a couple of their names, unfortunately. I just memorized them by face and voice, but the film shows Brad Garrett's character and the youngest one in duck, hard in tuxedos, and everyone makes fun of them, including the cop character, but he had already seen them in suits in Puck Fiction, and it's kind of obvious that Puck Fiction takes place before Duck Hard, because in that episode, the cop acts like, spoiler alert, although I don't know why you'd be watching this if you haven't watched the show, he acts like he's never truly worked with the Ducks, whereas in Duck Hard, he did. So, slight continuity error there, but there's nothing you can do about that. And then you've also got that canceled line, even though the final face-off clearly is the last episode. But, yeah, there's not that much more I can mention here. I think that this was a nice product. Reminded me a lot of what I remember from the 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Rob Paulsen also happens to be an actor there too, which I was kind of surprised by, but then I saw just how many things he's voiced, and then I'm like, ooh, never mind, no wonder I didn't recognize his voice, because he's so good at altering it, whereas for Clancy Brown, he's only got like 2, maybe 3 octaves, that kind of a thing. But yeah, this was a nice product. It's a little bit of a bummer that they weren't able to continue with this, but at the same time, what more could they really have done? Find the duck that got put into dimensional limbo at the end of the 2-part pilot, encounter another long-lost warlord that gets out of dimension limbo, and have the other guy suddenly reappear, and like, you can't really add new members of this cast, because they got just barely enough for a hockey team, and plus they had the Ducks win the Western Conference Finals, which is right before the Stanley Cup. So, I don't really know how they could have continued this that much, but what they turned out I'm rather impressed by, and the fact that it didn't end on a cliffhanger is a major problem in my book, because I can't tell you how many 1 or 2 season shows end on cliffhangers, especially some of the more popular ones. Like, if my research is correct, both versions of the TV show V ended up on cliffhangers when they were canceled. That really sucks. See you for the next vid.